right. Good evening, everyone. Let's get started. And before we get started, just to confirm if I'm audible and visible to everyone. If yes, do confirm in the chat box AVC. AVC for audio, video clear. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please do confirm. Yes, no, how it is. Okay. All right, superb. So, superb. Thanks for confirmation. Now I can see much more response and good to see you all here in today's workshop. So first, let me set the context. So in fact, first of all, welcome to each one of you in this 3 days workshop on how to start your journey in SM job role. So yes, if you are someone who is willing to transition, if you are someone who is willing to upskill to get job in agility in SM job role, and so certainly I would say you all are on the right place. And let me set first the context. This is a 3 days workshop. Today is the day one. Every day we have crafted a different add-on content. Means tomorrow is not repetition. It will be add-on on the today's content, and that is what we have planned for this workshop. So in fact, it's going to be a 3 day journey, 3 days time, what we are going to, spend together. So everyone, why not do respond in the chat box from what all places, from what all cities you have joined. Let me see your city name and all from where you have joined and do respond in the chat box. Okay. All right. So Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Mysore, Bangalore, Coimbatore, okay, Bhopal, Hyderabad, Lucknow. Everyone do respond. Let's make it interactive, not like just, one-sided communication from my side. So I want that you should get the best outcome of it. And that is something only feasible when you are 100% available here in this workshop. Okay, superb. So Chennai, Pune, Delhi again, Jaipur, Noida, and a lot more places. So I would say from what all places you have joined in this workshop, you all are most welcome. And with this note, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen, and then we are going to start with. Okay, so here we go. So first thing first, let me set the context for today's agenda. What is the day one of this workshop is all about? So day one of this workshop, which is today, is all about giving you three major aspects. Number one, I'm going to talk about is first of all, who is Scrum Master, what this person does, what all are the current trends, what are the future, because a lot of people do have this, question in this time of AI, is it like job is going down or so? So what is the impact of AI? That as well we'll talk about. Second, we're going to talk about is again, you are someone who is willing to start your journey in Scrum. So you should be aware about what is Agile, why something like Agile Scrum is all about. And the third aspect is challenges and the roadmap. If anyone is looking for transition, normally what kind of challenge, what kind of problem people do face, and that is what also I am going to talk about. So before again I go on deep dive on our core agenda for day one, which is today. So again, let me set you something here is always I am someone who's a value driven person, and if we want to make this journey for long term perspective, certainly we should be aligned with what our value system as well. Values are the core. Like in Scrum as well, we have something called values. In Agile as well, we have Agile values, right? Same way, if I talk about me, so what is my value system is simple: growth mindset. Whatever you are here today, you should be having a mindset of growth, upskilling, growing on the next level. Service, helping people so that they can grow in their life, and family first, like being a family man. So certainly we should be take care of the family. That's what my value system. By the way, how many of you are aligned with any of this? Is something is also your belief system, your value system? It's core to you. Do respond in the chat box. What is something that which one is your value you are aligned with? Okay, okay. All right. So growth. Okay, family. Okay, all right. Super. So now the next thing is this workshop is it's gonna be 90 minutes, 90 minutes every day. So when I say 90 minutes, so again, make sure that you are taking lot more notes in this workshop. Why so? Because when I talk about notes, once you take notes, one of my mentors says the person who takes notes, they make much more notes. And I'm sure you are also someone who want to make much more notes. So this is time for you. So I'm giving you 15-second time. Make sure that you have your diary, pen handy, ready with you so that you are not missing and you are aligned with. Okay. All right. Let's proceed further. Next thing is, again, as we are going to spend a good amount of time, next 90 minutes together. So for this, what I would say is, again, to get the maximum outcome of this workshop, I want to give my best. And also, I want that you should also be getting best. But that's only possible when you are 100% committed for next 90 minutes. That, hey, no deviation. We have a lot of deviating, stuff with us. So what I want is you should be 100% committed, focused. And yes, I would say if you're someone maybe traveling, you are someone who is just 10, 15 minutes time, it's good. You can leave the workshop right now only. You may join my upcoming workshop. But yes, if you are here, make sure you are for next 90 minutes. Is it okay for everyone? Are we in sync? Are we aligned with this? If committed for next 90 minutes, type C, C for committed. Yes, no, how it is? Committed to be here for next 90? Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, all right. So this is what is required, your commitment, your focus for next 90 minutes. Second over here is, again, I understand while this workshop is going on, you may have certain questions. All the questions are welcome, but I would say just hold on with your question during the first 60 minutes. Last, we'll be having dedicated Q&A where whatever questions you do have, I will be taking all your questions. And number three over here is, again, we are in the world of what? Technology. So technology means, again, we are technical aspect, again, internet, Zoom, so many things. Possible there may be some technical glitch, maybe from my side, your sometime it may happen, network issue. So don't distract, be here. If there's something network issue, I will be back. So this is what is something I would say is working remained to make this session much more informative and much more impactful. And yes, one more thing. So again, this workshop is all about giving you the better, knowledge, and that's only feasible when you are live, when you are learning here, over here together. So no recording, just be here to get the maximum outcome of it. Okay, so let's proceed further. And I can see some more chats coming on. So what I'm going to do is just to make sure that everyone is focused on the content. I'm going to enable the chat only visible to host, and let's now focus on it. And yes, the people who are going to stay with us for next 90 minutes, something amazing gift from my side to all of you. And let me tell you the gift, what I'm going to give you is something unique. I'm sure you have not yet received this kind of gift. And this is for all the folks who are going to be here for next 90 minutes. So yes, everyone committed for it. You want this gift, type G, G for gift, and then we'll go on the core content of this workshop. Yes, no, yes, no. All right. Okay. All right. Super. So this is what is required. See, in between, I'll be keep on asking you some simple question to you. And why this question is something so that you are here, engaged, active, and you are able to get the maximum outcome of this. All right. Super. So with this note, let's get started with the core aspect of this workshop. And first thing first, what we're going to talk about is something. Okay, something what we are going to talk about is what exactly Scrum is all about. So it's like when you are someone who is, going to start your journey in this, you should be first aware about what exactly Scrum is. So when I talk about Scrum, the definition of it, this is something word taken from a sport, what we call rugby. And what happened is in the rugby, players, they group together, they make small huddle and they forcefully go towards the opponent team. And this specific activity, what you can say, they call it as scrumming. Scrum plus ing. In short, they call it Scrum. And from there itself, this word has come up in the picture. That is what we say Scrum. Now, question is, what is Scrum in the Agile, in the software management perspective? So what we say when you have to work on any project, when the project is quite complex, you may not have complete clarity about the project. But still, we can't stop. Today's market is so much competitive. We need to move on. We need to start something. In that scenario, if your project is something complex and adaptive in the nature, you can follow Scrum as a framework and you will be able to get the maximum outcome of your project. That's what simple meaning of Scrum is what you can say. Now, when I talk about, okay, fine, that's the Scrum, but who is Scrum Master? What a SM does. So when I talk about Scrum Master, so who is Scrum Master? Again, I just said it's very, very easy, relatively to understand about this job role. In fact, doing the job also. Why I'm saying so? Because a lot of things, just if you use your common sense, you'll able to relate. And that's how I teach in my programs. It's not like something technical or something going on buzzword here and there. Just go with the basics. If you're able to, make your basics strong, certainly you can transition. So how it works? So we are saying here, Scrum Master, who is this? Someone who is master of what? Scrum. What it means? Someone who is having expertise in Scrum. And that is what is something expected from you when you go on the ground working as a Scrum Master. So next question, what I'm going to do on the ground? So first thing first, you being expert, your job is to make sure Scrum as a process is getting followed on the ground in the best way possible. And how you're going to do it is by acting as a process owner. In Scrum framework, we have certain roles, we have certain events. We'll talk about that as well today, and we have certain artifacts. So your job is to make sure those events are happening in the right way and people are able to get the maximum outcome. And when I say your job is to make sure events are happening, so it's not by scheduling a meeting that hey, 10 to 12 sprint planning meeting is done. No, your job is to facilitate. And when I talk about facilitator is not just about scheduling the call. Facilitator means making sure your team is participating and they're able to get what? The maximum outcome of this specific event. And this is what is something expected from you on the ground. Next thing over here, if you talk about, okay, fine, I'm a facilitator, I'm someone who's going to act, work on this. Then next, possible you got a team and your team is something new to the Scrum. They are someone who worked earlier in, let's say, waterfall. And so your job is to train them. What exactly Scrum is all about? What is the event? What is something is expected from them? Trainer, coach, mentor, resolving conflicts, if there is something in between the team members and then any challenges, any roadblocks. And so if your team is facing, you are going to work on those challenges as well. And next thing over here is what you can say, protect your team. So what exactly it mean by this word? Now let's say here is your team and your team has committed, we are going to work on this much of item and they have given a deadline. Let's say that 2 weeks of time. If someone saying, hey, can you do this also? Sometimes developers are not able to say no if some requirement is coming from so top level. If they're going to accommodate, can they justice with whatever they have committed? No. And that's why your job role over here is crucial. You're going to shield your team with external disturbance, saying, hey, no means no. It's like, anyway, we are in the sprint, let us complete. Then after whatsoever is required with discussion of the PO, and so we can accommodate it. And that is what is protecting your team. And last but not the least, the most important aspect, you being a SM, kind of managerial job role. So you management expect from you certain reports, what's going on in your team in the terms of release, in the terms of project, in the terms of certain things, if you talk about sprint as well. And for this, you will be creating certain reports like weekly status report and all. How to create those reports, we'll talk about that as well, not today, on day 3. And this is how this entire stuff is planned and designed for. Next one, okay, so this is what is something is Scrum Master role is. By the way, I hope you're able to connect the dot. Whatever I explained till here, it's nothing like you need to know Java, PHP, .NET. So people have this mindset, hey, I'm someone who don't know coding. I'm a QA, manual tester. Can I be a Scrum Master? I would say in my community, I have 100 plus folks who are someone from sales, marketing, BPO, and it's been 2 year, 3 year, they are working as a Scrum Master with 50%, 80% high. So it's not about your, background. It's all about your focus, commitment. If you are someone committed, certainly you will be able to do it. Okay, fine. I understood who is Scrum Master. Next question is, do we have enough jobs in the market? Do we have jobs in the market? Right? So if I ask this question, so again, let me ask you a question to you. If you have to do a job search, which site, which portal you refer, do respond in the chat box. For job search, I'm sure being a professional, okay, go on. Okay, so LinkedIn, Naukri again, LinkedIn. Okay, all right. Superb. So now let me see here. Let me show you something. So what happened is you said Naukri, LinkedIn, and so now again, some time back I was just doing search. How is the market doing? And I just went to Naukri. In fact, you can go right away as well. And I saw something around 74,000 plus jobs, which is either for Scrum Master or requiring skill of Scrum Master. Okay. And in that, again, I applied a filter. So I applied a filter for something, let's say, what about last 1 week? And last 1 week, I was able to see something 15,000 plus jobs has been posted on the Naukri itself. Again, you said LinkedIn. So LinkedIn as well. Again, this is for 1 month data, something around 763 plus jobs has been posted. And again, I applied filter for past 24 hours. This is what 61 jobs. So yes, the question, do we have jobs? Absolutely yes. So jobs are there. Question is, are you ready for it or not? Now the next question is, okay, fine. I understood who is Scrum Master, what this person does, and so. But is it, I'm a good fit for Scrum Master? Can I be a Scrum Master? So it's like, what are the top skills required to be a successful Scrum Master? And for this, how it works is, again, in my mentorship program, I just look for two things. What is that? Number one, you need to have good communication. Why so? Because you need to speak to your client, your customer, your management, your team. So communication is the key. Second one is, can you be a Scrum Master without Scrum knowledge? No, you need to build your Scrum knowledge. And I'm sure you all are eager for it. That's why here you have enrolled for this workshop. And the next one over here is, yes, when you work in this job role, many companies use tools like Jira, ADO, and so. Any tool, you must need to have expertise. So when I talk about prerequisite for this, two things. Number one is what? Good communication. Number two is what? You need to have at least 4 to 5 year experience. In what? Any field. It's not about only developer or so or only management and so. I had my students, someone with 5 years, someone with 18-year experience also, someone in the sales, marketing, BPO, someone in the tech support, someone in the development, someone in the automation, someone in the manual testing, tech support, and they got a job. So yes, if you are having just two things, good communication and commitment for making it, let me tell you, absolutely you can do it. Okay, so by the way, how many of you want to start your journey as Scrum Master? Type me in the chat box. Let me see how many aspiring Scrum Masters I do have in this today day one workshop. Okay, all right. So add your response. So it's all about your focus, your commitment that yes, I want to make it. So many people do dream about it, but yes, are you someone ready to put effort? That is what is much more required. Superb. So good to see a lot more response over here. And now, okay, fine. I want to get Scrum Master job, but how much money I can expect? Money matters absolutely for everyone, right? So average salary, if I talk about in this job role, how it works is something you can say it's about 2x to 3x of your total experience. What exactly it mean? Let's say I'm someone who is having 6 year experience. 2x to 3x, how much it numbers comes? 12 to 18 LPA. That is what you can say the average number. What is something you can expect? Next one is, okay, fine. I have 10-year experience. How much I can expect? Same thing, 20 to 30 LPA. Next, I have 20 year of experience. How much I can expect? Can I get 40 lakh, 60 lakh? The answer is no. The SM job role, if I talk about, it has a salary ceiling. Every job it is be having, and how much it is something you can expect 15 to 35 LPA. So yes, if you're someone whose dream package, dream number is in this range, I would say this is a best profile for you. Okay, so this is what is something about the numbers, what you should be aware about. And next thing is, okay, where I will be in the in let's say 2 year, 5 year. Is it lifelong? I'm gonna stuck in the same job? No. You start your journey as a SM. Further, you can be a senior Scrum Master, and so and again, if you wish, you can be agile coach. Agile coach, if I talk about, they get packaged something between, you can say, 30 to 60 LPA. Second one is you are going to closely work with the product owners, product manager. If you wish, you can go in that direction. That too, again, a good high paying job to start your journey. So by the way, for how many of you, it's like the package range, something between 15 to 35 lakh, this number looks good, looks exciting. If yes, so thumbs up over here that yes, there's something, it looks good, and I would like to attempt, I would like to achieve this number. I want to get this number. So thumbs up over here if you are someone who is willing to get target for this kind of package. Okay, all right, superb. So the next thing over here is, okay, fine, I want to, but how much time in general it takes? Is it like 6 months, 1 year, 2 year? So again, it depends on person to person, how much time you're gonna give. But average, if I talk about, with my experience with my mentees, in fact, in spite of saying that, with number of days, I say it's average 5 interview, what it takes. Now it's up to you how fast you are committed for, this interview aspect journey. So how it works, journey to Scrum Master, simple. Learning wise, limited content. In fact, that's what we're going to talk about here is 45 days is good amount of time to learn. Then average is 5 interview you have to give. And further this package 20 to 30 LPA is so certainly you can get it. So this is what is something you can say the first aspect of this workshop to give you the clarity about the journey, what it is, how it takes, and so. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to proceed further on the core content, the learning aspect of it. So I hope you got some clarity about this job role, about the trends, and so. And the next thing is we are going ahead with what? The learning aspect of it. Okay, so and in fact, I would say before we go on the learning aspect, is it okay for everyone if I can quickly explain, quickly introduce myself so that you are also aware the person to whom you are listening, who I am, what is my credibility, what is something XYZ I have done, and whatever I'm doing, why I am doing this. Is it okay for everyone? Yes, no, yes, no. All right, superb. So thank you for your interest, your response, and let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Jitendra Kumar Yadav. Altogether, I have something around 15 plus year experience in the industry. I'm an IT career potential coach. I truly believe everyone has immense potential. You just need to hit in the right direction at right time, and certainly you can get much more than whatever you're expecting. And I'm talking with my experience, what I have achieved, and I'm talking with my mentees experience, what they have got enormous result. So I'm a founder of this community, Skill Yantra. Again, by certification, you can say I am certified Scrum Professional Scrum Master from Scrum Alliance. I'm a SPC, SAFE certified trainer from SAFE, Scaled Agile, very much active on the LinkedIn. I hope we are connected on the LinkedIn. Have 14,000 plus, community members over there. Uh, Recently, I got Unicorn Coach Award. Have trained thousands plus professionals, and much more than that. Satisfaction for me. What is something is that I have been instrumental in what it's like 150 plus individuals from XYG background to SM job role. Next thing over here, if I talk about is whatever I'm doing, why? One and only one reason is I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh plus professionals in their upskilling and career transition to get better pay so that they can live a happy life. This is something core to me, which is something I'm on a mission for it. I'm glad to be here that you are also going to be part of this, my journey. Next thing is, if I talk about my basics, my journey, I'm someone who belongs to a city called Gazipur, near to Varanasi, UP. Did my schooling from Patna, Bihar. Then I went to Bhopal, from where RGPV University, I did engineering 2005 to 9, electronics and communication. And right now, when I'm talking to you, I'm in a city. Again, I can see most of the people in this workshop are have already been here. So it's like Bangalore, and I'm someone who is totally believe in learning. And it's not, learning is not about your school, college, and so I have, I would say, invested apart from my school, college, and so in last couple of years more than 20-25 lakhs in my further upskilling to go on the next level. How? So last year I was in Chennai to attend a workshop, what we say, train the trainer, from Blair Singer. Also I met Thaddeus Lawrence, who is again a coach. And again, last year, so I was in Mumbai to meet, to attend a conference that was all about Growth Summit, where I met Robert Kiyosaki, who is author of world famous personal finance book, what we say, Rich Dad Poor Dad. By the way, how many of you have heard or read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad? Type me in the chat box. Okay. All right. Quite a few. So I would say why I'm talking about him is I got to know he's coming to India, and his book I read in my college time. And that book changed a lot my mindset. So no question, no thought, whatever it takes, I went there to attend his conference, to listen to him, to see him, to meet him. And also in the same conference, I met Aman Gupta. Again, he doesn't need any introduction. And so he is someone who is very much instrumental in the entrepreneurial aspect. So there's something about me, and much more than that. I learn, I teach, and I have so many of my community members, someone from BPO to Scrum Master, sales to Scrum Master. By the way, how many of you would like to see some case study that yes, whatever I'm saying, is it really works? If you want to see some case study, type in the chat box CS for what, case study. And I will show you quickly that yes, how it's possible, like, from various background, how people were able to transition. Yes, no, want to see? Okay, all right. So over here, what you can see, one of my mentee, you can see here something around 2 years back, Mano, someone from a degree-wise BCom MBA, BPO, 8 year experience, package was around 5-6 lakh rupees. He was part of my program, and just in a matter of around 2 months, he got 150% hike. He worked in the same company from something around 1 year. Again, he make a switch, and right now he is getting something around 25 LPA. So in a matter of how much time, you can say 15 months, someone got 4 to 5 times hike. So no practical experience, no tech background, with 150% hike, managerial job role. Again, you can say Dinesh, a lot of you are from tech side here. So Dinesh is someone who was from tech support background. Tech support, and with the tech support, he worked around 13 years. Less package, night shift, challenge, no practical experience, no agile scrum background, which I'm sure you lot will be able to connect the dot. And he was major challenge, night shift. So he was looking for a job for better, work-life balance. He got with 100% hike, 5 offer later. And this is what the journey is, what he was able to. Again, like this, we have a lot of, success story, a lot of, people from various background, they were able to transition. So again, we'll talk about that later tomorrow as well. But now let's go on with the core content. By the way, why I'm sharing you all this journey case study is my motto is one and only one thing, to install something, what we say is belief system. If you want to achieve anything, unless you don't have belief, unless you don't have that yes, it's possible, you can't. And that is what is my motto, that when you are ending this 3 day session, you should having a solid belief that yes, a lot of people has done, I know I have learned something, I can much more learn, and I can transition in this job role. All right. Superb. So now with this note, let's get started with the core content side of this workshop. And here we go. In fact, before we go, everyone, are you ready for learning? If yes, type in the chat box RTL. RTL stands for what? Ready to learn. And then we are going to deep dive on the core learning aspect for today. Yes, no, ready, ready, then type what? RTL. RTL for what? Ready to learn. Superb. This is what is the energy I'm looking for from everyone. And here we go. So first thing first, what we're going to start with is, let's say, again, what is something Scrum, Agile? So how come these things came in the market in the picture? So again, on this note, how it works is, let me explain you with a story. Something around 50 years back, I'm talking about 1970s. When IT was in the nascent stage, there were few companies, multiple projects going on, but the major challenge, what they were facing is about managing the project. What are the challenge? Challenge is like if let's say I'm someone from leadership role, I speak to a manager. Hey, what's going on in your project? What is the status? This person talking in the different terms, different way to report, different way to manage the project. I asked the same question with my other project manager. He's also giving some different answer, different way to manage the project. There was high need. Why not? We can have one standard way to manage the project, which everyone can follow, and still we can get the best outcome of it. So what happened? There is a demand, there is a supply. There, right? So that is what is something. Same thing happened. Lot of people, lot of folks, they started doing some research. What can be the best way for this? And one gentleman, he presented a case study. In fact, he presented a white paper. And what he said, if you want to get the best outcome of your project, you can manage in this specific way. And what is this specific way? He said is waterfall, what you can see on the screen. And I'm sure if you are someone who's coming from IT background, from development background, in fact, from computer science, you have seen this image so many times, right? It's just a reiteration of that. So what he gave it a name as something called as waterfall. And what he said, if you have to work on your project, first thing first, what you need to do is you need to work on what requirement. So it's like what exactly your customer is looking for. And once you get complete clarity on the requirement, the next thing over here is whatever clarity you got, complete it, then go for design. Once design is done, then go for development, develop the product, and once you have developed, the next thing is you test it. And whatever you have tested over here, what you need to do is you need to showcase it to the customer that, hey, Mr. Customer, whatever you have asked, we have done, and you can get it. Customer does something called UAT, and then after they accept the project, they ask for some suggestion, changes here and there, and further your product will go in maintenance. This was presented in something 90, 70, 75, or 78, and so around 50 years back, you can say. So while this specific way of working was proposed, it became a hit. Why? Because what we say, something is better than nothing. That was what the time. So a lot of people started following, rather they got good result as well. But with time, they started facing some challenge. And what are the challenge? Let's understand the challenge what people started getting here, which invokes need of something new. So in fact, why I'm talking about this much of base and detail, because again, in your first round, the interview question comes like, why Agile? Why Scrum? So unless you don't have your foundation strong, like what was the reason for something new came up, you will not able to understand. And that's why we are talking about this. So how it works is, in this aspect, what challenge people do start facing. Let's say there is a company. Okay, so here it is. Let's say there's a company. This company name is what? Let me just start writing. This company name is what? ABC Retail. This company is in, let's say, a retail domain. And this company is looking for an e-commerce product. So it's like enough of, outlets. We do have hundreds plus. We're good, doing good business. Customers asking for e-commerce site. So they need what? E-commerce site. So what they said, in spite of, reinventing the wheel, doing developing by our own, why not go to some IT companies? Let's say they went to TCS. Okay, nothing good, bad with the TCS. Just I'm taking some name here, for example. So what happened? They approached to TCS. TCS said, "Hey, certainly, this is what is our expertise. We are happy to help you on this. But it will take something around 1 year of time to do it." And why this 1 year of time? Because something around, let's say, 1 month gonna take for requirement, around 2 months for design, something around 6 months, and so for what, let's say, development, and next 3 months, and so it will be taking for what, testing, and finally will be able to give you. Okay, fine, let's start. Now, being a customer, I'm very much curious. I'm keep on paying money month on month, but is it really what's going on? So what I did is I approached to this company after 3 months. I asked, hey, it's been 3 months, 25% time is gone, 25% money I have spent. Can I see what exactly you guys have done? And the response, is going to be what? No. Why? Because they'll say, hey, we have done the requirement. If you want, we can show you the requirement. How we have this document, BRD and all, you can go ahead. You can, anyway, we have given to you. You want, if we have done the design, you can get this design document. But exactly, we have not started development. Wait for it. Okay, fine. Being a customer, again, I'm coming, let's say 6 months later. Can I see something? Again, the answer is no. Means I have to wait for this entire project duration, mostly, let's say for 1 year and so, and then I will be able to see the product. Often it happens that customer expecting it will be delivered in this much of time, and often in spite of 1 year, it go on for 15 months, 18 months, and that too when they deliver, customer saying, hey, this is not what I was looking for. Right? Why? Because it was discussed 1.5 year back, something documented, something not documented, and then it is something like this situation. Problem number one. Problem number two, after 6 months, this customer saying, hey, one of our competitor, they have launched some amazing feature in their e-commerce site, which is in the trend now. Why not you add also this feature? And what the response will be? No. Why? Because we already have a set of requirement. We can't deviate from here. Let us first focus on that. Then after we'll be changing the whatever you say, and then we'll be taking it. So these were some kind of major challenges, right? So now what happened is there is a problem, there is a solution. Something happened in year 2001. What happened? Around 17 professionals, they met together, they brainstorm what can be the better solution so that we can help the customer, we can deliver some software and so in a better way, in a faster way. That was their core aspect. And what happened over here is something in this year 2001, they did a lot of brainstorming and they proposed a new way of working. And what we call to this new way of working, which is what is the main scope for us to learn, is agile. So what exactly mean by agile? Agile, if you see the English meaning is what? Flexibility. Like you say, how agile you are, how flexible you are. It's like ability to move quickly. That is what agility is all about. So what they said, this agile approach, first thing, what they said is, whatever you are doing here in this waterfall, nothing wrong. Why? Because is it like, can you work on any specific product without understanding the requirement? No, we need to have a requirement. Can you work on something without having design? No, you need to have a design. But we just need to do things a bit differently. What it mean? So it says, in spite of spending too much time of requirement for a month and so, go to customer, ask what is your vision, what you're looking for, and what is the topmost feature you are looking for. Ask for it, design it, develop it, test it, and you deliver it. Let's say in my product, I was looking for 500 features. What is done is 10. I go back to my customer. Hey, Mr. Customer, this is what you asked. We have done. You can have a review of it and give us your feedback. And whatever you want next, again, give us. We are going to work on it. So, whatever you did, you again took feedback from the customer, asked for the next same process, requirement, design, development, testing, and whatever you have delivered earlier, on top of it, you're going to add something new. And this is what is something you can say you can relate with this specific approach. And again, you keep on following a process here and something by this, you can say whatever customer has asked, it will be done. Now, $1 million question. We are talking about 2 months delay here and there. Is it like by using Agile, I can, 2 year project I can do in 6 months? No, it will take same amount of time. Almost same, maybe plus minus here and there. Then why Agile? The reason for this is the first thing first, which is in fact in your interview also this question comes like why Agile? What is something the major aspect of it? And what you have to give answer is what is that? Early feedback. What exactly it mean? Remember, in waterfall, when you are getting feedback after end of your project, over here, every month, every 2 week or so, you're getting feedback. And certainly your customer can't say now, hey, this is not what I was looking for. Why? Because customer is keep on giving feedback and you are adopting with that feedback also. And whenever it is asked, what is agile? Two terms you must need to add in your answer. And what is that? If I talk about over here, it's something, let me add here for you. What we say is agile is what iterative and incremental approach. Now, question is what exactly it mean by word iterative and what exactly it mean by this specific word. What we are saying here is incremental. So what is iterative and what exactly is the incremental? Let's understand. So when we say iterative word is coming up with a word, what we say iteration. Iteration as in, let's say a week start from Monday, it goes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What comes after Monday again? What after comes after Sunday? Again Monday. Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday, and it's keep on repeating a loop. And this is what you can say it's a kind of iteration, iterative approach. So same thing over here. What we do is in this agile way of working, we go with iterative approach. Means we divide some small time box. I hope you observed earlier when I was drawing this. It's like let's say every 1 month or every 2 week or so, you keep on delivering. That is what we say iterative approach. And why this word incremental? Because let's say in sprint one, iteration one, you deliver 10. Iteration two, you deliver 10 plus 10 more, 20 feature, again 10 more. And that is what is something you can say you keep on delivering on top of your previous delivery. And that is what we say is the incremental approach. So everyone, are we good? Are we clear till now? What is waterfall? What is drawback or challenge in the waterfall? Then why something like agile came in the picture? And whenever you have to talk about agile, two things you talk about is what? It's an iterative and incremental approach. If we are good, if we are clear, type C, C for clear in the chat box. Make sense? Make sense? Yes, no, yes, no. Are we good? Okay. So, okay, yes, if good, if clear, type C, C for clear. All right. So again, just to give you a quick summary, what we are saying is agile is what? It's an iterative and incremental. What exactly it mean by incremental? Let's say, again, what you did, I deliver first 10 item. Customer is seeing it, using it. After that, I added top on this 10 more items. Let me in fact give you an example. So if I ask you when you started using WhatsApp application, when, which year? Again, I would say must be around 10, 15 years back. Now just think about WhatsApp when you started using, was it the same application what we have today? No, it is something totally different. It was just like messaging app. So it's just like you can send text message, maybe some videos, photos. That's it. Nothing more than that. WhatsApp realized we have a competitor like Telegram and so many others, and they were having much more features like, let's say, audio call, video call. WhatsApp, okay, no problem. I'm gonna add. So same application, whatever is in your mobile, again they added something new. It's like, let's say, audio call, video call. Again, we have group chat. It has a payment option. It has a community status, and every month something they will be keep on adding, keep on adding. It's like whatever you have on top of it, you are going to get something more, and that is what is the incremental approach. Okay, so now I hope you got some clarity with this example. And with this note, again, if I have to summarize about waterfall, about agile, waterfall, it's sequential way, step by step. You do X, then Y, then Z, then XYG. Agile is what? Iterative and incremental approach. Iterative as in repetition. Every week or every 2 week, we take something, we deliver. And incremental is on top of it. That is what you can relate. And further, when you talk about Agile, so when Agile was introduced, when in year 2001, around something you can say 25 years from today. So what they said, if we have to go for a long journey, we need to have certain values, certain principle. Like in the beginning of this workshop, I talked about I do have my three values, and that is what I talk about first. And the second thing over here, what you can let is in the same way, agile is what also having certain values. What is that? In fact, what we say agile manifesto having values and principles. So what all values we have here? So you can see, again, there are two contexts here. One is what you can say something on the left, and we have something on the right. So what it says like individual and interaction over what process and tools. So in fact, what they said, we do value, we do give important to things on the right. But when it comes to preference, we do prefer what? Things on the left more. This is what is something to relate. It says what? Individual and interaction over what process and tools. Working software over what? Comprehensive documentation. So it's like no, it's not like no documentation, zero documentation. Yeah, you do documentation, but your preference should be much more on what? Working software. For example, let's say if I say, hey, I do prefer, let's say, idli over dosa. Okay, I do prefer what, let's say, mango over apple. Means I'm not saying, hey, no apple. I like mango as well, but I like apple as well. But my preference, if I do have option, I will prefer the mango. Same thing over here is working software over comprehensive documentation. In fact, in your interview, question doesn't come like, what are the agile values? Very rare. But what question will be coming is, as a Scrum Master, which agile value is very much core to you and how you implement in your team. So in this kind of question, it's not like just theory. You need to talk about something, your experience. You need to add some nuts there. So how? Let me give you some example. So if question this comes to me, I will saying, hey, in agile values, working software over comprehensive documentation is something I believe much more. And how I do follow in my team is every sprint, like every iteration, we have a 2 week iteration. At end of the iteration, we do the demo to the customer, and also we have a release cycle of our product is the same iteration wise. So every 2 week we are releasing to the customer, and that is what I do follow. I do believe working software, because customer is going to make money, make profit, not from the piece of code or not with some document. Rather, it is what the working software what we can deliver. Same way, I just said you can come up with some example with all this aspect like working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and then we have what? Responding to change. This is all about agility, being flexible over following a plan or rigid to a plan. So I just said this is quite important for you to learn to be aware. And for this purpose, I am going to give you one simple acronym so that you are not going to forget this. And what is that is I use something like IWCR. So what exactly it mean by this word IWCR? This is just, you can say, the first character of all these agile values. And that's what you can remember. And I'm going to give you rather one sentence as well. All right. So what is the sentence over here is I work. In fact, you can just add something by your own. And what is that is I work for Central Railway. Although I don't work for Central Railway, but just to remember, it's a good acronym by the way. So IWCR. So it's individual, W for working software, customer collaboration, and R for what? Responding to change. Okay. So everyone, are we good till now? If good, if clear, then type in the chat box what IWCR, and then we are going to proceed next topic. Yes, no, able to connect the dot. If yes, type in the chat box what IWCR. I can see very few response by the way. What? Okay, are we good? Are we okay? Not okay? Okay, so IWCR is what? Individual and interaction, working software, customer collaboration, responding to change. What I would say, if not the complete sentence, at least this first part of it, you must be able to connect the dot. And that's why I have given you this acronym to connect the dot and to remember. Like in Agile, we have this four values. Same way, we have something what we say the 12 principles. Again, in the interest of time, we are not going in detail on it. We have a lot more things to cover. So what it says is 12 principle. Again, is it like I do need to remember all the 12? No, but at least three, four. Someone asks, hey, what are the Agile principle? You can't say, hey, I don't remember. No, you are a Scrum Master, so you need to be aware about at least two, three. Don't be blank. Doesn't looks good. So it's like customer satisfaction, changing requirement, frequent delivery, face-to-face communication, something like this. Just some three, four is if you're able to remember, connect, you're good for the interview. Now, the next one over here is something I just said Scrum Agile is not rocket science. It's very simple. In fact, when you learn in the practical aspect, something that you're able to relate, connect the dots, that's where your journey becomes much more easy. And that's what I said earlier. I have a lot of folks, like Shruti is someone from developer to Scrum Master with 65% hike. Someone, Jayank, again from the BPO to Scrum Master with something you can see here staggering in 1 year itself the result. Manisha development to Scrum Master like this, you name it, the industry. Again, we do have a lot more success story. And why all this is possible just because of focus that yes, I want to achieve this. And the next thing is the path. So again, people do this mistake, they start, they deviate going here and there. It doesn't work. You choose one journey, one mentor, give your 100%, and just it's a matter of time. Certainly, you will be able to achieve. Okay, now let's proceed further. So, next thing is we talk about waterfall, we talk about challenges, we talk about agile, values, principle. In this agile umbrella, we have various framework, what we do have. In fact, something that you must need to be able to connect the dot is to agile what you can see over here, what we say, it's a mindset. What we say is a methodology under which we do have Scrum, Kanban, and so to this, what we call it as framework. Lot of folks they do this mistake, they use the term interchangeably, like in agile framework, in Scrum methodology. No, Scrum is a framework under this agile methodology, the mindset. The question is what exactly it mean by this methodology, by this framework. In fact, let me explain you with some example. And to go with this, let me ask you a question. If I ask you which one is the most popular sports in our country, what would be your response? Do respond in the chat box. The most popular sports in our country, what exactly it is? Okay, go on, go on. Let me see your response. Okay, okay. Okay, all right. So what I can say here is okay, cricket, cricket. I can see some hockey lovers as well. Cricket, cricket. Again, cricket is certainly is going to be the majority. In fact, let me also take the same example. as you said, cricket. Now, you said cricket is the most popular game. I am buying your words. Now, when I talk about cricket, we have various format to play the game. How? Like we have something called test match. We have something called as what? One day match, and we have something called as 2020, not 200, 2020, right? So how it works is, again, these are the formats. But if I ask you one question, let's say that in the game of cricket, okay, if let's say here is a bowler, okay, and this bowler is doing the bowling, here is Mr. Batsman hits the ball, and what is going to happen here is your, let's say, boundary, and the ball is going to cross the boundary after touching the ground. In such scenario, how much score this batsman is going to get? Either it's test match, either it's one day, it's 2020, the response going to be the same. What is that? 4 run. You got a boundary. That's what it is. Now let me ask you another question. If I ask you here that in the game of cricket, how many balls in one over? What would be your response? Two ball, four ball, five ball, six ball, 10 balls? How many in one over I'm talking about? You'll say it doesn't matter. It's test match one day. In fact, I do play cricket also, gully cricket, 5 over match. Every time what we do follow is six valid balls, right? And same thing is what you can relate, connect the dots over here, and what it says in this game of Agile as well. So Agile is what on top, like cricket, having some, values, some principles. You follow those values and principles, and then you can have your own style of playing cricket, and that is what we say is this a specific framework like Scrum and so. Now under this umbrella you can see not one or two, we do have multiple framework, but one framework which is much more, or you can say the most important we have, what is that is the Scrum framework, what you can see on the slide. In fact, why I'm saying this Scrum is most popular, if I ask you, how many of you have heard about the job role called Scrum Master? All of you. That's why you are here in this workshop. If I ask you, how many of you have heard this job like Kanban Master, Kanban Manager, Kanban Lead, and so? No one. Correct? Why? Because if you see the usability, if you talk about the popularity, Scrum is something unmatched. Why? Because this gives the result as well, what people do expect. So now question is, what exactly is Scrum framework? That we discussed already. And this is what the slide, what we are going to spend a good amount of time in practical aspect when tomorrow in detail way. But yes, I'm going to introduce you this slide quickly. So how it looks like this slide, if I talk about multiple words, you can see. And to relate with that, I use one acronym. And what is that is? 353. 353 as in what you can say, three roles, five events, and what we do have the three artifacts here. So what is the three? Three is what I say roles, not I, it is as per the Scrum. Five is what we have is events, and the last three, what we have is something what we call it as the artifacts. So now let's understand, let's relate what exactly three roles, five event, and three artifacts we do have over here. So if I talk about roles, what all roles we have in this, we have something called as PO, the product owner. We have something called as the team, to which we say developer. And third one over here is what we say, the Scrum Master. Three roles. Next one is what we have here is five events. So question, what all five events we do have? So it start with sprint. What we say it's a container event, which contains much more event. Like we have something like sprint planning meeting, we have daily stand up, we have something called a sprint review, and we have sprint retrospective to connect with. Next one over here is what? We have three artifacts. So what exactly are the three artifacts? So what we say is It's PB, the product backlog. We have a sprint backlog and something to which we say finished work or also the increment. So now, I just said earlier, Scrum is something easy to understand and relate. In fact, if you just go by the word itself, what it says, who is PO, for example, who is Scrum Master, we discussed already. Who is PO? Someone who is having ownership of what? Product. Now, question, what a owner does? Owner means decision maker. About what? Whatever ownership I do have. So what this gentleman or gentlewoman gonna do is this person is going to connect with customer management, and so whatever insight he or she is going to get, he's going to document everything at one place, and what is that is what we say product backlog. So, in general, you can say this gentleman, who the PO, makes two major decisions. What is that? Number one is what need to be done. Number two, what he does is when this need to be done. What is about your list of item, product backlog. When is what is something we say priority, that what we need in the first month, second month, and so. And yes, as I am someone who has written the requirement, so anyone in the team, if they do have any question, they will approach to me and I am going to help them to clarify these questions and so. And this is what is something you can say PO, who is SM, you already know, we discussed in detail. And the team is what? Developer, someone who's doing the job, either just front end, back end, QA, everyone together. What we call to this is as a developers. So now we discussed about three roles, PO, SM, and the team. And together we use a word for it. What is that? Scrum team. So now on, we'll be using in the term, in the sort ST means what? Scrum team. And how many folks we can have in a Scrum team? It says not more than 10. Okay, fine. But in not more than 10, then how many POs we can have in a team? One. How many SM? One. Rest all are your developers. And this is what is pretty much you can relate with the three roles. Again, we're going to connect tomorrow for deeper aspect. In fact, I will be showing you practical aspect, like how those events and all happen. That is what we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Okay, so by the way, this is what is the day one, what I had to talk about. How many of you got some good knowledge, good value from last 1 hour of our interaction? If you got good knowledge, good value, type V for value, that yes. And yes, you can show some thumbs up, love as well on the screen. Okay, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, all right, got value. Okay, superb, superb. So this is what is something, my motto is to give you clarity, to give you, alignment. Like I just said, I'm on a mission to help people like you to get the transition, to get a better job, to get a better pay. And that's what I love to do. With this note, let me ask you one question. How many of you are committed to be here tomorrow as well? If you're someone who is committed that, yes, I'm going to be here tomorrow, type C for committed in the chat box. Yes, no, yes, no, if committed. If you're committed, then only type C. Otherwise, not required. Life is all about, focus, is all about commitment. And commitment means I said, I have done. Yes, no, committed. I can see only 50% folks response. What about others? Not yet convinced? Committed? If yes, committed, type C for committed. All right, superb. So now I can see much more response, and this your response also gives me energy to deliver much more, much better value. All right, so now what I said in the beginning of this workshop, what we are going to do is we are going to go for dedicated Q&A session. And yes, also I said you that I'm going to give you some amazing gift from my side, right? So again, about that also, I'm going to give you the amazing gift from my side in the next 10 minutes. But before that, let me just go with certain Q&A questions what I have already received. And normally, whenever I get this, the questions, I have prepared some list of it. Most of the questions are something aligned with this. Okay, so let me just open this Q&A session here. And what exactly it is, let's go ahead with that. Okay. So a lot of you, someone had this question is, okay, I'm someone who doesn't have the IT background. I'm someone coming from sales, marketing, BPO. So, right, I would say nothing to worry. This job role is not about doing the coding. This is a lot of people have this myth, that in fact, I gave you the example earlier, Mano, someone like I have so many people from the BPO sales marketing. It's not about your technical skills. It's all about what your communication manager skill. If you are someone who is good in that, certainly you can be. Also, what I said earlier in the beginning of this workshop is when I say the good communication, I do not expect you speak like Sasi Tharoor. By the way, my English is also not like that. I'm also someone who is, coming from government school, Hindi medium. After my engineering, I started speaking a bit of English. So it's just a matter of practice. I'm not great, but yes, I'm growing. That is what I can certainly say. Okay. So yes, it's not like something great English, but just like something that you should be feel comfortable. If you're saying, hey, I want to get a job which I don't need to talk to anyone. You give me the job, I will do the job. Then this role is not for you. Just willingness to communicate is what is required. Okay, I hope this answers your question. Okay, so I have 6 years of experience as a QA. Can I transition to Scrum Master job role? Absolutely, yes. As I said earlier, so what is required is not, that something around so much, minimum 4 to 5. Minimum is that what is the cutoff. Maximum I had my student, someone with 15 year, 18 year, 20 years as well, and they got job as a Scrum Master. So background is not a problem. Yes, I am a fresher. I did my engineering in year 2024, 1 year back. Can I get a job as SM? No. Why? Because this job role is something, it's a kind of managerial job role. So again, you are a fresher, you can't deal, manage the people who are 10, 5, 15 experience. That's why this is the cutoff. But yes, if you are someone who is, let's say, fresher, having 1 year, 2 year experience, I would say you can plan for the BA role, you can plan for the product owner, product analyst role. That will be suitable for you. Okay, next one over here is, okay, what is the impact of going to be AI on this? So again, I would say any job role in IT, you say, it's not like it is, not impacted by the AI. Every job is going to be impacted by the AI. But is it like AI going to snatch this job? No, AI is just enabler. It's like as a Scrum Master, you should be aware about what all tools also you can utilize. In fact, if time permits on day 3, I will talk about some tools and how you can enable this. So AI is not going to, remove the job, but yes, you should be able to inculcate. So someone say, hey, AI, then you say, hey, no, I'm not a technical person. Your statement should not be like that. So AI is not about, it's not expected from you to do some coding, generating some model, agent, and so, but yes, you should be, comfortable in using the tools. That is what is required from you. Okay. Next one is, okay, all right. So difference between SM and the product owner. So we'll talk about that little bit tomorrow, but essence is PO is all about product mindset. What all feature product, in my product I can add so that my product is world class, great product. That's a PO, product owner. When you're talking about SM, Scrum Master, is all about servant leadership. It's about what I can do so that my team is able to perform on the next level. This is what is something you can expect. Okay, all right. So now next question is, as a Scrum Master with zero experience on execution of Scrum process, how can I get a job? That's a very great question. I'm sure lot of you have the same question. Right? But now let me tell you, over here, whoever comes to my program, no one is Scrum Master. But as I said, I have 150 plus folks from various background. They were able to transition. Question is how? Simple answer for this is it's not about your background. Let's say again how is going to be a pitch. Let's say I'm having 8 year experience as a QA. So what I will be saying, I started my journey as a QA, work as a QA for first 5 years of my career, and last 3 year I am working as a Scrum Master. With that, you have to give answer, interview, and you will be selected. But yes, but I have not done the job. How I can answer it? That's why you need a training. You need a mentor who can help you to learn, to teach, right? And that is what is required. Next question. But yes, on paper it's QA. If what if they do the BGV and all? So again, nothing to worry. 99% time they're not going to come back to you. Hey, you said Scrum Master, but in your later it's QA. Why so? Because let's say now when they ask for a document, you are going to mention that you are a Scrum Master last 3 year, 4 year in your CV. That's it. And the same CV you give to your, let's say, this company, hiring manager, the interview, and they're going to ask you question with that experience. Now, before you give your real document, means your experience letter, sales slip, and all, you have already proven your skill set that hey, you are already a Scrum Master. By the way, again, one good thing is when you're going to get a job of Scrum Master, 90% time you will not be getting this on paper as a scrum master. Sometime it comes like team lead also, sometime comes like project manager or something like associate project manager, senior project manager, but you will be playing job role of scrum master. So I had my students, someone having the job title as an account manager, territory manager, someone as a QA lead, someone as a lead, and they were able to transition in this job role. So yes, nothing to worry. Whatever I'm talking about, it's not my imagination. It's about proven formula which has helped 100 plus folks. So if it can help to 100 plus, it can help you. It is going to work for you also. Okay, so now the next question is okay. Which certification is better? I should go for CSM or PSM or SAFE. Okay, I would say certification is just going to something like good to have. So if you want to see, it depends on your intention. If your intention is to get a job, then it's not like certificate who is going to give you a job. Certificate just like a gate pass, you can say. But much more than that, in your interview, they're not going to ask what is agile value, what is agile principle, what are the three roles, what are the five. No. Question will be something like, as a Scrum Master, how you facilitate your planning meeting. What are the recently you got challenge? What you will do if something XYZ happen in your project, in your team? What if there is escalation from the customer? For that, you need to have a detailed practical understanding. So in fact, 80% of my students, whatever I shown you, and 100 plus what we do have, are someone who has not done the certification. They just went through, connected with me, went through my mentorship program, and that helped them to get a job. So, but yes, coming to certification, there's a CSM, there's a PSM, and SAFE. I do prefer CSM. By the way, content-wise, both are the same. Value-wise, both are also the same. It's not like CSM is better or PSM is better. Cost wise, little bit up is what PSM. But I do recommend to go for PSM. But again, you can go for anyone. There is no challenge on that part. But I do recommend, in spite of going for CSM, PSM, it add much more value when you go for SAFE certification because let's say around 20% company who are following SAFE, they look for the people who are SAFE certified also. So then it add much more value over there. But yes, it doesn't matter you are certified or not. I would say blindly you can mention in your CV that you are certified. No one is going to ask you, hey, show me the certificate, then only I'm going to schedule your interview. In fact, you got your job also. No one is gonna, do the BGV for your certification. It is just like, add on to there. So don't worry about certification. You should worry, you should focus much more on your upskilling to get much more deeper knowledge. Okay. All right. So next one is I have 9 year experience with Wipro Technologies, currently on career break for 3 years. Now looking back to join, am I eligible? Okay. So 9 year experience, 3 year gap here. So a simple thing here is again, let's say if your gap is less than 1 year, no challenge, no problem. It's everywhere. It's acceptable. People do accept 1 year, especially in the case of female. What if gap is 2 year, 3 year? Some companies they do accept it. Some companies will be having a kind of a barrier that hey, it's 2 year, 3 year means you're not in touch with technology, not in touch with the team, and so what to do? First of all, I recommend always try with whatever you do have. Go with the gap. If it's working, good. If not working, there's always a way. So again, in our program also we help people. So we have some connects with the companies and so who can help you to fill the gap, whatever it is. Certainly there is a monetary aspect for it, but they fill the gap. They will take care of your BGB and all. And we have a lot of folks working on this model and getting the great result. In fact, my mentorship program, one of my student, she had not done any job at all, and she started with SM, with something package of 17 LPA, much more than that. So again, there is a problem, there is a solution. Just point is what you should be thinking in the solution way, and it is going to work for you. All right, so with this, I can see now. I hope we are good. Okay, with this is okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so yes, certainly can. Okay, can you help us to find job for SM? Certainly, that's what we do. We have dedicated program for that as well. Again, anyone from any background who is willing to transition, how they can get the transition. We talk about that. Okay, so I have 8 year experience in QA. Okay, okay, all right. Can I expect? Certainly. So how it works is, again, as I said, overall package, whatever you have experienced, 2 to 3 times is the average, is what you can say. I'm talking about 2 to 3 is the average. Recently, one of my student having 7 year experience and she got package of 27 LPA plus some variable plus I'm talking about. So yes, 2 to 3 is the ideal, right? But I have students who got 3.5 times as well. So if this is something is, it's connecting, if something is what you're looking for, certainly it is going to help you for that. All right, so again, I'm from design background. Okay, degree doesn't matter. So again, you need a bachelor degree. That's it. I'm a diploma. Can I be? I would say maybe, but challenging. So that's why I don't, play the game where I'm not confident. So I had 1 or 2 students like who were from diploma, they got job also, but majorly they got rejected. So that's why I don't encourage for that. If you want, you can try. But yes, if you have degree or bachelor, it doesn't matter. I have students with a BE in computer science, BTech in computer science, in IT, in mechanical, in civil, in biotech, engineering I'm talking about. I had students, someone who has done BA, Bachelor of Arts, someone has done BCom in the commerce, right? You name it, and we have a result from those, background as well. So background doesn't matter. What matters is communication matters more than anything. And 4 to 5 year experience in any field, if you do have, you are a good fit and certainly you can transition. Okay. So, okay. Doesn't matter. So again, I said simple. You need to have a bachelor degree. That's it. What job you have done doesn't matter. There's a way to modify. There's a way to tweak that. And that's what is, we guide in our mentorship program, training program, so that whatever is, your background, you are able to portray yourself in a right zone. That is what is required. All right. So the next thing is okay. All right. So now is the time for the gifts, right? As promised, with all of you in the beginning. So what is gift from my side is okay. So recently, I had started one initiative from my community members. And what is that is, I just said life is three value what I talk about. First one is what is growth, service, and what family. So when I talk about growth in the life, it's something only possible when you are having a growth mindset and you are someone who is, growing day by day. And for that, what is the most important is to be in a discipline. If you are someone who is disciplined, committed to your goal, taking steps day by day, certainly you can grow in the life. And for that reason, what I have started initiative is every day morning, I do connect with my community members. We have a specific set of routine rituals, what we say. We follow something about goal setting, something about your to-do list, and a book reading as well. It's all about focus time so that you are focused, you are able to align your day, you are taking action, and you are able to achieve the result. So, yes, if you're someone who's also a morning person and you want to witness, if you're not a morning person, but yes, you have a zeal that, yes, I also want to improvise on this aspect, I would like to invite you in my morning momentum mastery club for tomorrow. Timing is what is we do start at 5:50. There are some rituals what we do, and 6 to 6:20 is dedicated time where we do take some actions about goal setting, about a lot of things we do. So I would say if you are someone who is, willing to grow on this aspect, it is going to add a lot of value for you. Okay, and how it's worked. So how to be part of this morning momentum? For this, I'm going to share you the Zoom link, and let me share you with all of you here, and here it is. Okay. By the way, before I share this, I want to see how many are really, willing to be wake up in the morning and to be on the call. If you're someone who want to be part of it, type me in the chat box. It doesn't make sense for me to share if you are not willing for it. Okay, me, okay, no, me, I'm a morning person. Okay, good, doesn't matter. So if you are someone who is willing for it, I just say it's not mandatory. I'm not coming to your home to wake it up. It's always your choice. Whatever will try, that makes sense. Okay, all right. So here is the link what I have given here in the chat box. Okay, what you can do for it, you can just copy it, or then we'll meet in the morning 5 p.m. This is a routine we are following for months, and it's really, in fact, it's giving a lot of result to a lot of people, including me. Okay, that is the first gift from my side. This is what you have to do. So yes, if you're someone, I would say must try it. And how to try? Simple thing is set alarm for 5:30, 5:40, 5:50. That's it. Alarm will work for you. That is what is the one thing. Second, I just said I'm very much active on the LinkedIn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to share my LinkedIn ID. And yes, if we are someone who is not yet connected on the LinkedIn, why not now? So here is my LinkedIn ID. Plus, this is what is okay. So I'm gonna give you some seconds time. You can click on this and let's connect on the LinkedIn. Before I give you third gift, rather a task to you. One second. All right, now. So, how many of you are willing to do some assignment? If yes, ready to do some assignment, do some homework, type A in the chat box. A for what? Assignment. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, ready for doing some assignment? Super. So yes, this is what is I'm expecting. So what is the assignment is going to be for you is this assignment is to give you much more clarity. You are someone here in this call. It's not a coincidence, right? It's not like someone said a link, you are here. You have paid some amount, small amount rather, and you have allocated your time. That's why you are here. So, and I'm sure if you are here, someone you are with a growth mindset, you are someone who is, value the learning. That's why you are here. So now, and a lot of you want to make transition, a lot of you want to get a job with a better number, better package, and so assignment for you is what you have to do. Take a pen, take a paper, maybe diary or so. Make two columns on this, left, right. What you have to do, left side, you write what is your current job role, total experience. What is your current package? That is all about your current. Second thing, right side, now you write, let's say in this year we have certain time. So think about is in the right side, what is your dream job role? What is your dream package, whatever you are looking for? Let's say my current package is 15 LPA, I'm looking for 25. My package is 22 LPA, I'm looking for 30 LPA, whatever the number is. Now, left, right, it's like before, after. So again, in 6 months, where you want to go. Second thing here. Now, decide, write in your diary, if you have to go from A to B, what is going to be your vehicle? For example, let's say I'm in a Bangalore, staying in the Whitefield area in the Bangalore. If I have to go to Chennai, if I am keep on sitting on my same seat here, can I go there? No. Now, what can be your vehicle? Is it like same job, whatever you're doing is going to help you? If yes, that's good. If not, what something you need to take some action. I need to do cycling, I need to go walk, I need to go by car, train, flight. But you must need to have a vehicle. Clear everyone what is required? I hope you got clear on this. Now, second thing, assignment, what I'm going to, by the way, this will not take 1 hour time, hardly 5 minutes. But yes, it's require commitment. Because unless you're not analyzing yourself where you are today, right, you will not able to grow. And why I'm asking you to do this, exercise is a lot of people do come to me, it's been 10 years, 12 years, I'm stuck in my career. I'm getting 10-year, 10 lakh package. Same company. Who said you to be stuck there? If you are there in the same company, less package, you are with your choice. No one has, some, have given you chain there. You are with a choice. So again, if not, take some actions that you can go on the next level. Ready for it? Everyone going to do this exercise? If yes, type me in the chat box. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, superb. So again, this is all about, being awareness, that you should be aware about first where you are. And the second thing is what? Taking the action. Now, second assignment, what I'm going to give you is again a small one, but this is something going to give you much more clarity. What this assignment is all about is, again, I'm sure a lot of you are willing to transition in the SM job role. And so for this to help you on this, I am going to give you one video. Let me share this link. Okay. So what this video is all about is what I do is every very often I do interview of some take interview of some of my students, what I say Hall of Fame, someone from a various background, and they transition in the SM job role or any specific job role, SM, PO, BA, what I do, we do provide training here. So one of my student, and I think I shared his message also earlier, screenshot, Jayank, someone from BPO background, in a matter of 60 days got 100% hike with 3 offer letter. I would say just watch it.
Some good organization, then moved to Accenture in 2019.
Okay.
Again, it's a 10-hour job and rotational week.
So again, I'm not going to play this video. I'm going to give you the link. And why this link is to you is so that you can develop a belief that yes, it's not like I'm someone alone on the journey. A lot of people has done this job. In the same video, second part, I have taken interview of one of my other mentee. His name is Dinesh, someone from tech support background, nothing to do with Agile, Scrum, and so tech support background. And he was stuck in the same job in a big company rather, but less package and night shift here and there. He was looking for a job with better, stability, better work-life balance. And in a matter of 3 to 4 months, he got 5 offer later with
the
100%.
jargons which we use and the terminologies. Even though I tried and I studied and found out some words and try to like manipulate all those answers.
Something is all about you to do it. And why I'm giving you this is because once you go through this, you will be able to get some clarity that, if someone has done what they did, what challenges they face. See, life is not like a straight path. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be the roadblock. But yes, you need to take some step over there, which is going to help you to achieve your goal. So this is what is something all for today from my side. And next what is we are going to meet when? Tomorrow. What time? Same time. And for the people who want to experience much more productivity, we'll meet you in the morning. What time? 5:50. Too early? Yes, but yes, experience it. Certainly you will get some outcome, some benefit of it. All right, so everyone, this is all I have today, and I hope you got clarity, you got value, and thank you once again for being here. I hope I was able to do justice with your time, your energy, and let's meet tomorrow where we are going to learn the deeper aspect, rather practical aspect of Scrum framework. It's about events we'll talk about. We'll do some demo as well. We'll do some simulation as well, how to conduct those events. And also we'll talk about the angle from the interview perspective, like what kind of questions do come in the interview for those, and practical aspect is what we are going to cover. All right. So, by the way, before we go, we sign off. How many of you, again, let me take this poll. How many of you are committed that, yes, I am going to be here tomorrow as well? Type C. Yes, I can see now C by default here. Okay. C for committed. If you're someone who is really committed for it. Yes, no, committed, type C. Okay. All right. Super. So good to see. Okay, morning link. Okay, WhatsApp group also. Yes, I'm just going to share the LinkedIn and this morning link, both I'm going to share in the WhatsApp group as well. All right, thank you everyone. All the best. See you tomorrow. And a lot of you also have question about program, how I can be. So tomorrow at end, I will talk about how I can help you in your transition journey. So we do have our mentorship program, which is what I was talking about. So if you're someone who is committed and want to go on a fast track journey of the transition, how I can help you on that, that also we'll talk about tomorrow at end. All right, thank you everyone. Bye bye. All the best.